Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and I am back with another card from my Sunshine Vibes class I did. And this card, it looks like it does have a lot of pieces parts, but it's really not, it's really not hard. It's not complicated. I do not like complicated. So we'll get into this in a minute, but I do want to point some things out to you about the Sunshine Vibes dies. If you are not familiar, if you don't have this bundle, this is the stamp set. And again, this is a suite of products. And, I always think I know where stuff is in the catalog, and I keep thinking, I should open up that page and mark it before I start a video, but that just doesn't happen. So it's in the catalog on page 62. So I don't think it starts, yeah, it does, sort of starts here on 61, Boho Vibes Suite Collection. And then, everything in the suite is the bundle, the embellishments, and the 6x6 designer series paper. So what I want to point out to you is, for these arches, all of these other arches, okay, I used the arches in the die, and I just now realized I missed one, so I will have to buzz over later on and cut that one. I completely forgot. I did a lot of my cutting off camera so that you wouldn't have to sit there and watch me do that. But all of these dies give you, your various pieces parts, okay? This die that's in the bundle, when you run this through your die cutting machine, it is going to give you all of these separate arches. So yeah, this is going to give you all of these separate arches. Now this is all in one color because I wanted this top yellow one, and I just now lost an arch because I used I don't know where it is. I used Downing Duckling on this. It reminds me of the old McDonald's golden arches. And if you're old enough, you'll remember that that's what they advertised when McDonald's first opened. Oh, in this area, in the Cleveland area, it was like these great big yellow golden arches, and that's how they identified themselves. So this is what this reminds me of, McDonald's golden arches. But also with this die, when I went to cut this out with my square of cardstock, I had a larger border at the bottom, and this had like tails on each end. And I just trimmed this because now, I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'm going to throw it over here. And I'm going to see what I can do with this for another card. So again, you're going to get quite a bit out of just this one die. So before I get started, let me grab a piece. This is Timid Tiger. And I forgot to cut a piece of that. And can you believe the only scrap I have is this? And I don't know if that's going to be quite enough. Yeah, it is. All right, let me just run over to my machine real quick. So even the best laid plans can get not so best. All right, so I've got that. So I've got my piece. I need to get some of these pieces out of here. Okay, I want all my dies over there before I lose them, because I end up throwing, in case you're wondering what this is what I have for my scraps. So all of, underneath my desk, all of my cardstock, I'll pull this out. All of my cardstock is in a hanging file folder, and it is labeled. And then there is a clear pocket that goes in the front that has all of my scraps. So that way I always know if I just die cutting something or I want something, I look and see what's in my scraps. So yeah, so and the in colors, those get peeled off and whatever, but my normal regular colors label, once it's on there, unless we do a color refresh, pretty much stays there. So let me get all of this. I'll be doing some trimming. So I'm getting my rainbow here in the order that I want it. And I'm really hoping that this is I'm gonna have to make that work. I'll make that work. Yeah, there we go. So if you are watching this from my YouTube channel, in the description, there is a link. You can copy and paste. That will take you to the blog post for this card, and it will have measurements and a listing of all the products used. And there is one, where did it go? There is one other thing. Nope, that's it. Okay. Yeah, so for the rainbow, I used Darling Duckling, Petal Pink, Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, Timid Tiger. Cajun Craze is what goes with this, but that was just a little too dark for me. So I used here also in this banner, and that is this, and it is from the Stylish Shapes dies. And no, it's not cut out the whole way. I just used a scrap I had because it's getting covered up. So, I mean, I could even have, if I had a smaller scrap, would have been fine. So yeah, so I have got my card base is basic white. I have a layer of Secret Sea. This is the Sunshine Vibes Designer Series paper. I just cut that into strips, so that will get mounted on here. This is the backing for my little rainbow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, and I'm going to grab my silicone mat, and then I'm going to start with my largest arch. And I'm using the silicone mat so that I don't get any more glue that's already on my glass mat. I don't get any more on it. I need to clean it. So what I'm going to do is turn this over and I have silicone scissors here. Helps to keep from adhesive getting on there. Your regular snips will work fine. Just make sure then if you do end up with adhesive on them that you just clean them. So then I'm going to be like, yeah, okay. And this I can flex a little bit after I get my adhesive on it. Yes, you can use liquid adhesive for this. I just prefer a diamond dot type adhesive. That is what I have always used. And that's just what I prefer. It works well for small strips like this because the adhesive only goes where there's cardstock. So that's why I like it. And it gives me some wiggle room so that if I do make a mistake, I can pretty much lift that up and yeah, correct it. If I do have on here around some of the edges some adhesive, I can use a adhesive remover. You can find these online, big box places. I've had mine forever. So let's move on with the, we got the Darling Duckling, the Petal Pink. Let's move on with our cloud cover. Again, just trimming as we go. Okay, this is Secret Sea, and it is very small. And I'm going to use my liquid adhesive. And this is our Tombow. It's in the green bottle. And get my tweezer on there. I have just put mine in this fine tip glue bottle. It seems to work very well for me. And again, I am a firm believer in doing and using what works well for you. So now, since that was liquid adhesive, just going to press that down for a little bit to make sure that it does stick. It does stay. And yeah, my rainbow might look a little cockeyed, but you know what? It's a rainbow. It's not going to be perfect. Okay, whoops, I see I've got a little bit at the bottom here. Trim that off. Trim that edge off. All right. Okay, we got to move you over. Move you over and down, and you know what? That is not going to work. So I tried. So we're going to pull out a sheet. And we're just going to cut and get us. We're going to try it again, folks. I was really hoping that would work, but it's not going to. Isn't you hate it when that happens, when you need a whole sheet? You gotta cut a whole sheet of cardstock for one little piece. So, back to the drawing board. All right, we got it this time. All right, we got it this time. Let's throw that one away, because it's just not going to work. This is just almost, it's a full one. This one's ending up a bit not like that. There we go, I like that better. All right, trim that. My silicone mat out of the way. Get my mat. All right, and we're going to take the little, got these crumbs out of the way. We're going to take this little, like, star, I don't know, asterisk star, whatever. And that was Darling Duckling ink. And you know what? On the inside of this card, I die cut these little stars. These remind me of the if you're old enough, the old original Batman and Robin series, Batman. They would look like pow wham, and they would always have these like those little like stars next to it. Anyway, that's what those remind me of. So I'm going to just, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not die cutting. I'm going to stamp those inside. I'm going to stamp those inside the card. So I do want to sort of wipe this off a little bit. Got carried away there when I was inking. And then I'm going to we go. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. It's two in the opposite corners. Do I like that? Okay. That's all done. Get that out of the way. We are going to mount this onto our Darling Duckling. And we're just going to start building our card. I did stamp my greeting off camera because it was very small. And it was just kind of freaking me out. I didn't cut an extra. So I was like, oh my gosh, if I mess this up. So yeah, so that's my grading. Like I said, it is very small. So yeah, didn't have a fiasco with the grading, but I did with that one little piece of the rainbow. Feel the rainbow, be the rainbow. Isn't it Skittles? Isn't Skittles? I don't like Skittles, but I think isn't Skittles the rainbow? Come on, Leigh. I think Skittles is the rainbow commercial. Okay, now I am going to some adhesive here because I want this on the back of here. So I'm going to sort of figure out, I think that's where I want this. I like that. So I'm going to press that down. That grabs all of it. And then we're going to put adhesive on the rest of this. And then put this back down. Now my thanks is going to go on dimensionals. I have some small ones here. I'm not sure if they, where am I here? I'm not sure if the full-size ones would be too much. And I really only think I need this on part of it, because this is just a little bit higher. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive there. Put my thanks here. Yeah, that looks okay. Do I need to put... let's just put one there and see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be too high. That was my original thought. Maybe not. Gosh, everything's sticking to my fingers. Yeah, I guess it looks okay. And then we're going to use the muted palette dots. And these are in Daffodil Delight. Even though we've got Darling Duckling, Daffodil Delight will work. That will work with this. So we're going to put, oh gosh, what is all over that? That's got, let's move that a little bit more. I do have this sticking up in foam, and I'm wondering if that is pieces of foam stuck onto there, which I think it is. Did I get them all underneath so you can't see them? We'll fool with that later. So I'm going to put one here. And then we're going to put, come on, one here, this little guy up here, and I think another little one. Another little one down here. Again, this one, I don't want to lose you, but I'm going to put you back on here just in case. Right, and that's it. So, yeah, just a cute rainbow card with the Sunshine Vibes bundle. We've got the designer series paper. We've got our rainbow in our various colors. And then we've also got just a little something on the inside. This one, like I said, has the die cuts. And this one, I just used the little starburst stamp. So that's it. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it that you take the time out of your schedule to watch my videos. If you have any Stampin' Up questions, if I can be of any help, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye.